Okay, so thank you all for being here. We're really sorry we're late. We've just been on tour, the Europe tour, and it's been amazing, but we're really glad you're here and that you can ask some questions. And we're very happy that you're interested in the making of this world-class thing.
No, but we're
Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, please, let's carry on. We're going to open it up to the floor now. Can we have some questions? Yes, the lady with the blue jacket.
Hello, I'd like to ask, what do you think was the reason for the success of your song?
All right, thank you for that very interesting question. I think I'll take this one up. Well, you know, in today's society, the rap game has really become something very prevalent. And we wanted to have a lot of fun. We wanted to do something very interesting. So we thought of making a rap video, and I think that really contributed to the success of the video, simply because, you know, we merged entertainment with education and added some cool beats in there. You know, we had a trap beat, mimicking, you know, the artists of today, which are really popular among younger people. So yeah, so gang, you know what I'm saying? It was a pretty dope video, and I think it was pretty great. So,
yeah, dope.
Any more questions? You in the second row with the blue tie.
Thank you. I'm Alessio from Egon Today. What inspired you to write the song?
Thank you for the question. It started off really as individual interest for each one of us, learning about price mechanism and how, you know, the European economic system works as a whole. As a non-European, you know, coming to and living in Italy, understanding how European countries maintain this stability within, you know, price mechanisms, and understanding how there was a whole institution that worked towards maintaining the stability within the economies really interested me personally. And while I was learning about this in class, we each discussed about it, and we talked about how it was so important for us to educate our friends around us and those that we care about.
Yeah, I mean, personally, we heard a lot about ECB. We heard the 99 generation, so we went through the process of the creation of the monetary union. And me being Italian, I heard a lot about also Mario Draghi. So when he came from Bank Italia to the European Central Bank, we heard a lot about ECB in the news. And then when we started actually studying it in macro, we kind of understood the way it worked. So the interest that kind of was born when we were younger, when we looked at the news without really understanding what was going on, and grew with the study of the subject, in a certain way inspired us to write the song and to take part in the GSA competition.
Okay, next question. Yeah, you, red tie.
Why a song? Why not an art for presentation?
Because my buzzer fired, I'm not a liar. Get it.
Yeah, no, so for sure, we decided to take this kind of format because we felt that it was a good way to reach young audiences, some that were not necessarily aware, interested, or like involved really in this kind of policy, let's say, of countries. And nowadays, there is a great importance for us to, as students of an international college, to be promoting these things around the world. And especially in Europe, of course, since that's where we're trying to act.
Yeah, I mean, because music is a really direct way of communicating. It really sticks in a certain way, because like the bars we use were kind of catchy, you know?
We're fired, I might say.
Like, if I say my rapid solid cold like quantitativism, yeah, the pronunciation was kind of wrong, but never mind. If I say that, it kind of sticks, you know? And people tend to repeat it. And also, if I tell you more loans are thrown around, it's easier to get than drawing an ADAS diagram in a 3-minute video. So the idea is that these people would hear the video, listen to music, probably repeat it, maybe, I mean, we hope so, and then go look for further information. So that's the beauty about music. Sometimes it can get you without, even if you don't really want to, you know, you can just passively get it.
So of course, the format of a rap video is not necessarily the most obvious for understanding. It could have been done with a drawing and an animation in some kind of way. But that kind of, the idea that sticks in your brain, it then allows you to evolve and think about it over time and then understand it and repeat it between friend groups. So that was really kind of the goal of making that kind of video.
With the homies.
Exactly.
Are there any more questions? Yeah, last row, I see you.
Hello, I'm Dave from moneymaking.com, and I was wondering how you went about making your rap song.
Wait, sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
I was wondering how you went about with making your rap song.
Can you repeat it again, please?
I was wondering how you went about making your rap song.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Aye. So, back in the hood with the boys, we found some dank backbeat. And after finding these beats, we just couldn't help but write a song, So that's what we did. And that's what we did before we started composing our lyrics. And when we were writing our lyrics, we wrote them together. And we made sure that they're clear and accurate so that the younger audience could basically, hear this song and it would be attractive to them,
Right, so we came together, we wrote a song, and we wanted to put it out there. Some of us have better bars than others, that's how life works. Yeah, so it was
Myself.
a great experience working together with this group of people.
Are there any other questions from the audience? Oh yeah, the handsome boy in the front.
Name's Jonathan, just reporting on Money today. We just wondered how you made sure your lyrics were so accurate. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take this one. Okay, the thing is, how did we make sure the lyrics were accurate? We started 2 years ago studying econ for the most part. We didn't have much background, but we acquired it towards the study of economics, so micro, macro, international, and development. And so we certainly used that knowledge we had, and of course the study books we had, etc., to make sure that we weren't saying things that weren't true. So I hope the lyrics were accurate.
Of course.
So
Always.
I mean, besides the point that Francesco just made, when it came to the information about the European Central Bank, we had to make sure that we really were on point with the stuff we were saying.
Yeah.
So we went to the website of the European Central Bank and we gathered the information that was necessary to make sure that our audience had the answers they were looking for, so the song could be even more fire. You know what I mean? Fire.
Yeah.
Fire, baby.
So, for example, when Oscar said the bars, President Draghi just said don't worry, we were referring to forward guidance. So, really simple bars add a lot of work behind them. It's
this led to us learning a lot of stuff about the European Central Bank.
Yeah.
And knowledge that we'll carry on for sure in the next years. So, that was really interesting.
Any other questions? Yeah, you're in the middle with the nice glasses.
I'm Charles from Econ24. I was wondering what made you talk about price stability.
So, price stability. I think in macroeconomics, at least in the classroom, we've learned about a lot of ideas and concepts that really can be applied and understood when answering this question. So that's what we did. That's why we chose a question that was concerning price stability in Europe. We hear these words, quantitative easing, interest rates, inflation a lot, especially on the news. And when we're trying to answer this question, we can uncover these concepts and really understand them, which our group did, and really convey them to the younger audience. And I think that's very helpful in terms of people understanding the concepts they learn in the textbook, as well as us understanding them as a group.
Price stability, because it's a liability.
Damn straight.
Right. As Ethan was saying, we found this very relevant to what we were studying, and everything in the news that we were hearing, and we found that it's a very important concept for us to explain, and this is why we chose price stability. And understanding these individual concepts for each one of the 5 of us, and coming and sharing that even within our group was very interesting in itself. And so sharing it to a larger audience about price stability in particular was something that we found pretty important to discuss.
ECB gang.
And that's also how we distributed the tasks. Each person would cover one of the aspects of the question.
Okay, we'll have one last question. Who would like it? Second to last row, glasses.
Hi, Samantha asking on behalf of Financial Living. I was wondering what was the most important aspect of your song? Thank you.
Okay, so I'll take that one because I think it's a really important point. In the sense that, I don't know, you noticed probably in the video, we try to convey a concept that's really important for the European Union, the one of diversity, because there's a lot of diversity within the European Union. And that's the reason why we added, for example, the lines in Italian, so we could actually, represent that inside the song. Part of this is also because we are part of a school where diversity is really key. We're an international school with students from all over the world, and personally we had the chance to have 2 non-Europeans in the group, which gave us an external perspective on the European Central Bank, and that's really interesting for us because we see how they perceive it, and also allows us to have a better understanding in the sense that we can clarify for them the points that are unclear from outside, which was really fundamental for us.
If there's something I could add as well, is that if we take on the context of Europe, at the moment, different governments, we're seeing the rise in nationalism, and Europe is seen as a fear and something that is bad for the people. And so very closely linked obviously is the ECB, and we're in a monetary union, which has incredible advantages. And through this song, we kind of wanted to show a new audience, as we were explaining earlier, that there's a risk of losing this if the EU is destroyed, if people decide to abandon it, if we feel like it's not bringing us anywhere. And so as many things like we're doing today with these videos, it's helping us promote this, and it's really important to keep on doing this.
Yeah, and I feel this is our personal answer to this loss of trust in the European institutions that we see a lot in, especially young people. This is our response and how we believe we should tackle the issues that nowadays affect Europe.
I mean, not only with rap songs, but surely, surely that's the idea. That's the idea. So.
Right. On that note, thank you so much for coming out and spending this time with us and getting to know us a bit more and why we do what we do. Before we hop on to our next guest, I just want to say thank you.
Keep it fire. Keep it fire.
And keep it lit, guys. Thank
Cheers.
you very much.
Yeah.